I would be surprised if he gets picked up because
I'm not mincing my words. It just got
it did not have a good
horse
day.
jerky.
All right, that debut
What?
pick. There's the debut.
Hold up.
Wait,
Is that a mid-Florin? My good
That
sir.
is a mid-Florin.
My good sir.
Are your minds twisted?
You have a mechanical genius in Haji and you're making press buttons like this.
and then there is the Ruby.
And there's the Ruby,
As
like
we
you guys
mentioned
mentioned.
earlier.
If we know Yoshi, if we know Cedric, that's what he's gonna pick.
Hajizi, Pahil. Does it work like that? Like the Florin in the mid?
No, it's a Rome Florin, and I think they midded the Cho.
That's a Haji pick.
Yeah, it's a Haji playing the Cho.
That's very Haji then.
Oh, that would be very Haji.
Sandata, you tease, sir.
I'm digging it. It's a whole different level of crazy, but I'm digging it. Not gonna lie.
If it wins,
If it wins, it wins. Oh man, okay, we got to see if that is that final decision here once we come up to the draft. And if that's the case, it could end up working out really well with the lineup. Once again, looking at the breakdown here, you've got similar lineup ratings in the case, but you got really strong early game potential for Twisted Minds. And also, they want to be able to go ahead and control the objective. So there it is. It is Hajizi on the Cho. And they're putting the floor in the hands of Escalera.
So it's like this is the unique universe of like, hey, you should get Hajizi back on the Rome. You know what? Leave him in the center of the map as the mid, but let's give him a Rome style pick.
Oh, man. Well, let's go ahead and find out as we open up Week 3, jumping into the Land of Dawn. It's Game 1 in our first best of 3 between Twisted Minds and, of course, Smart Omega. Now, looking at this, look at this early aggression already.
Jeezy facing off against 3, dashing out to Brioshi, wants to keep him here. Ukir blasting him, gets away.
Okay, in essence, how is this going to work? Like, is this going to be okay, a Cho in the mid lane versus this Vexana, just because you have the Florin to help heal you up?
Yeah, they can rotate faster. Hajizi does have the heal and even the crowd control once Florin hits a level 2 to be able to get information in aggressive manner and still have a capability to escape. The thing is, they are still both susceptible to still getting pulled in by Super Yoshi later on in the game. And that's a crazy crowd control combination with the Vexana and Ruby. So I will double down again on that. Hajizi and Escalera really need to make sure that their comms are on point. And Escalera showing Hajizi, like, here's some good faith for you. I'm giving you my bloom. I'm giving you the flower.
Give him the flower. Also, you know, because we haven't seen the Florin just yet, at least, hold on, Lewis. Okay, he flickers out, he's fine. But because we haven't seen the Florin yet, too, interesting to see, you know, Escalera is going to run with that focusing mark to go ahead and add a little bit of extra damage. So maybe also some of the damage from having a Cho in the mid lane, especially what Hajizi decides to build it, will be a surprising amount of damage where they could just pick off Ukir, especially if the flicker's down. That might be one option here. Oh, mid lane already.
Hajizi in the middle of it all, survives with a fourth of his health. Will he be here? Will he be able to stay for the turtle take? James gets blasted. Andori jumps onto him, and he's very low. James survives with just a sliver of health.
All right, Twisted Minds will not lose a player there, but they're going to be definitely losing this turtle. I don't think MP the King is going to contest it. Escalera needs to back on out of there. And in the early game, weirdly enough, despite the graph showing that Twisted Minds has it slightly better, they're going to be struggling up against this Phovius that at this portion they won't have the right solution for just yet.
Clean turtle take by Smart Omega, given that Twisted are a man out, but not a man down.
Not a man down, no one going down just yet. There's a pull.
I'm offended. Comboed with an EG. Hajizi survives through a flicker.
That's what I call the athletic flicker. So he does go ahead and survive that, but that combination can happen again, you know, quite often, and that's the scary thing for Hajizi.
And that's why we were talking about that Hajizi and Escalera, the center of the map, really need to be careful against the Vexana and the Ruby. That might happen a little bit more, and I don't think it's something that they can always avoid. They'll just have to accept that, yeah, Yoshi will catch us from time to time.
Yeah, especially with that. Still looking for the focus here in the mid lane. Oh, he's not going to land that one. So, you know, that cooldown on the I'm offended is going to be up often more than that flicker is available for Hajizi. And honestly, he's probably the easiest target for this. Dora doing a little check.
Mind you, there's not a single Purify on Twisted Minds. So once Yoshi finds it and commits to it, they just have to heal through whatever Omega brings.
Yeah. They're just really thinking about the repositioning with the flickers, and even the sprints instead is what they're going for. So I think later on, James might end up becoming an annoying presence for Omega's lineup, but that's mostly going to be the Vexana and the Granger that he'll be focused on catching, and it might actually be tough for him to have backup, even if Hajizi is going to be the one to initiate and try hunting down the back line. Team fighting later on might be a little bit difficult for Twisted Minds if they're honest with it, but if they can find the unique angles, that's where they can catch Omega off guard.
Yeah, I think part of it is playing around the speed that this lineup gives them. You know, we're talking about the Joy, we're talking about the Irithyll, and then like the Hilda, and the 2 sprints that they have, like you mentioned. But then even if they get engaged on from Smart Omega, they're relying on some of that sustainability to help them last through those fights and look for those angles that you're mentioning here. I'm just wondering, I think they're going to have a little bit of a difficult time really contesting some of these early fights.
Offended onto Hajizi. The Infernal Pursuit by Lewis. Turtle here, slow take by Omega. Haji playing with the range, outplayed on half health. In comes Hajizi looking for a kick. Ukir flickers back. Andoryu committing a shadow, looking for the shadow kill to jump once more. The bloom from Hajizi will not save himself. First blood drawn by Ziguano Prodigy. EG coming through, outplayed, compromised, the jump into Lewis.
Wow.
Target to target, backing off. Lewis in the thick of it, behind enemy lines, survive. Andoryu coming through, down goes the Magician. Now you see him, now you don't.
If Twisted Minds cannot get the execution at the beginning, Omega will punish them. Great flicker by Ukir to avoid getting kicked back in the right angle by Hajizi. And again, you double down on the thought of the Phoveus being their problem if they cannot get the engagement start that Twisted Minds wants.
That's exactly why they picked it up on the first swing of the draft for Smart Omega. As I was saying, you know, maybe the sustainability is going to help Twisted Minds. No, because their Smart Omega is just so durable and tanky that they survive through all of that, and no one's low enough. And then here comes Andoryu to sweep in, or Big J to cap off a kill. So now they got the 2 turtles. They got themselves a nice, comfortable lead, at least here. They are going to take 1 turret for Twisted Minds up top, but the same thing is going to happen. Oh,
Whoa.
Forced out of his jungle.
Oh, I like this rotation by Twisted Minds. I thought they were just going to focus on the lane, but they even pressured the jungle of Andoryu. James, though, left in the bottom to defend. Already the passive of the tower, the bottom lane, popped by Omega. And Omega aren't even going to stick around to get an orange buff. Twisted Minds, though, were not able to take the orange away from Andoryu.
Happy with the minor objective that is the Holy Shield. Mind you, we're at 6.5 minutes, Renmar. 6.5 minutes to pop the Holy Shield down bottom.
That doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it doesn't. Twisted Minds sacrificed a lot of the bottom portion of the map to get control up top. Excuse me, I have to change that up. Andoryu did lose his orange buff to Twisted Minds.
But in exchange for the Holy Shield, again, it seems like the Barangay have a busy schedule.
Yeah.
They snuck in this match with Twisted Minds behind like 5 more appointments.
They just kind of ninjaed their way in at this point. So now this is another turret that's going to be worked up. They take it down. This is so much space and map advantage. Like even in consideration of the shield going down on the bottom side, giving them an advantage. I mean, we're still looking at the 3rd turtle to come up here. And right now, Twisted Minds, you're thinking, man, they're just okay with these turrets being taken down like this. They don't really have a response right now.
Yeah. They're really sacrificing their towers just so Outplay can get farm. Outplay's left in the bottom lane while they're zoning out in the turtle pit so that Outplay should be safe. If Twisted Minds decides to go all in on this, it might be bad for them.
I'm offended! Onto 1, finds Hajizi. The KDA machine has been shut down. In comes the Phoveus. Lewis jumping on the 3.
That's bad.
Now they're forcing them to retreat. In goes Joe. Mescalera gets popped once more. James running for his life. Joe's not going to allow him to double kill for Big J.
This feels wrong.
Yeah, man, something ain't going right, but it's Super Yoshi, his Ruby, his signature pickup. He's continuing what he showed off against Team Liquid Philippines in Game 2 last week. He is she, man. He knows the angles and the perfect timing entries with this Ruby pickup. Haji!
Coming through, might get punished here. Lewis very low, surviving with the shields in the Infernal Pursuit, traded out for the KDA machine.
Yeah, but this whole time they're going to go ahead and get themselves to the Lord. So Lewis, he's fine with it. And, you know, going back to how this is being played, Smart Omega so confident with the fact that they can go and win these fights, go at their own angles. They use the flickers offensively. When you're doing that to go ahead and catch up these kills, it's looking a little dicey for Twisted Minds right now. That buff is going to be taken a pull again. James
pulled in. Not enough damage on Big J just yet, but look at this. He's eating well. He's eating good.
Double Dami already built up by Omega. 1 for the Phoveus, 1 for the Ruby. So Twisted Minds, the healing brought out by the bloom of the Florin, shouldn't be a massive turnaround. It'll help them, but it won't be as big as a heal as that can be dished out. 6.2 or 6K for the Irithyll, still catching up to the Granger.
Oh, another shield going to be popped. Super Yoshi, very, he's utilizing these every time the Offended's available, he's going to go for it. They're going to march in with this Lord now. We'll see if Hajizi looks for an angle. Doesn't find it. Actually has to deal with it. They might lose this turret here as the Lord goes and makes its way, and now they'll rotate for the West of the Waves to push in.
Slow and steady, the Barangay breaking through turrets.
wow!
Super Yoshi coming through, pulls two. Escalada goes down, Hajizi as well, and they collapse on the Twisted Minds. 4 goes down, traded out for Yoshi, and the Barangay make it a quick one. Under 10 minutes, game 1 goes to Smart Omega.
A very quick game for Smart Omega, 10 minutes, just under it, to go ahead and get the first win in the series.
Yoshi's Ruby, the Vixana paired up with it. Yeah, it was just really tough for Twisted Minds to get what they wanted for the